basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Jonathan Kuminga did not have his contract extended with the Warriors, and now several teams want to negotiate for the player. For the Warriors, it would be better to trade him and bring in another great player. Miami Heat are interested in Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga is a freakish athlete that the Miami Heat will happily take if the Warriors don't want him. It's a shame that the Golden State Warriors and fourth-year potential star Jonathan Kuminga couldn't reach a contract extension agreement before Monday night's deadline. A shame for the Warriors, but not for the other 29 teams in the association that will monitor the situation. If he's truly not part of the Warriors' plans, the Miami Heat need to keep their ears to the ground. After the Warriors failed to extend Jonathan Kuminga, the Heat could look at him as a potential trade target. Kuminga is an explosive 6'8" wing who claims he's on the trajectory of Kawhi Leonard or Pascal Siakam. The statistics suggest he's not that far off. Leonard didn't average 16 ppg until his fourth season, and Siakam achieved it in his third year, just like Kuminga. These three players were blessed to play beside all-time greats at the beginning of their careers, Kawhi with the Spurs dynasty, Siakam with Kawhi, funnily enough, and Kuminga with Stephen Curry. These wings all tasted team success early, but Leonard and Siakam eventually proved they were stars. It doesn't look like Kuminga will get the chance to prove he's a star in Golden State. The Warriors didn't extend him this season, and there are questions about Kuminga's role, although The Athletic reported he will start in Wednesday's season opener. Starting isn't the end-all be-all, but the Warriors don't seem to know if Kuminga is in their long-term plans. Kuminga will now be a restricted free agent at the end of the year, meaning the Warriors could match any offer he gets. But would they match a big-time offer if he isn't in their plans? 2018's top pick, DeAndre Ayton, thought he was getting out of Phoenix when he signed with the Pacers in the 2022 offseason. The Suns had other ideas as they matched the Pacers' four-year max deal worth $133 million. That's usually what happens when players hit restricted free agency. Teams don't enjoy losing their players for nothing. I can see the Warriors doing the same thing with Kuminga this summer. Kuminga's potential fit in Miami. Kuminga would be a decent fit in Miami on paper. He has a Heat culture mentality. He's a dog, but there is a reason why the Warriors aren't jumping at the chance to commit big money to him. His jump shot is streaky, to say the least, and he ball watches on defense. Kuminga has the physical profile to be a menacing defender, he just has to put it all together. What's there to like, you ask? Kuminga is a freakish athlete with a sick vertical. In 46 starts, Kuminga averaged 17 ppg and 5 boards. Consider that he played second fiddle to a legend and with a coach who's never fully embraced him. Kuminga had to publicly speak about his lack of playing time to get a substantial burn last year. If you put him with Erik Spoelstra, he'd surely get the most out of Kuminga. Every team in the league will be watching the Warriors to see how they're moving. Kuminga is the best of the young players who didn't get a rookie-scale extension before the start of this season. He'd be a nice addition to a Heat roster that doesn't have a player his size with his blend of athleticism and toughness. It'll be tough for the Heat to acquire Kuminga through free agency because of their cap situation and the Warriors' ability to match the deal. The pathway for Kuminga to join the Heat is through a summertime sign and trade. From CEO Joe Lacob to General Manager Mike Dunleavy to Coach Steve Kerr and his staff, most key figures within the Warriors' hierarchy love what they think Jonathan Kuminga can bring to the franchise. They'd like to move beyond thinking Kuminga can be an NBA All-Star to reach a consensus in the belief that he will evolve enough to reach that status. There was, according to two NBA sources, enough uncertainty to prevent Golden State from handing Kuminga the kind of massive contract extension that would have signified he is next in line to hold the keys to the franchise. With the deadline passing at 3 p.m. Pacific Time Monday, the 22-year-old forward will become a restricted free agent next summer. He took a leap last season, one source said. They want to see another one before they make that investment. He's still under their control. If Kuminga has a strong season, I know they'll take care of him. The Warriors weren't ready to offer Kuminga the kind of massive contract that would have made him the second highest paid player on the books next season, behind only superstar Stephen Curry, who will make $59.6 million. No one else on the current roster has a contract that exceeds $30 million in 2025 to 26, and Kuminga and his representatives, according to sources, sought a deal well beyond that amount. A deal that would have had considerably more impact on the payroll than those lined up for four-time All-Star Draymond Green and 2022 All-Star Andrew Wiggins. The failure to reach an agreement with Kuminga was not a surprise. Though both sides engaged in early conversations, it was quickly apparent that figures could not be reconciled. Kuminga and his agent, Aaron Turner of Virtus Basketball, are taking a risk with the hope that he will prove he's worth the kind of contract generally afforded a franchise player. In a recent conversation for an upcoming Dubs talk on NBC Sports Bay Area, Kuminga did not seem particularly unnerved by that possibility. "My main focus is basketball and my family," Kuminga said. "With the contract thing, I try to keep my mind off it as much as I can, so I could just come down here every day and focus on basketball. One thing I realized is there's always business. The more you think about what's going on, the more you're going to be mad and not trying to focus on what's bigger. I just try as much as I can to stay locked in on basketball and let my people handle that stuff." Kuminga made substantial improvement last season, going from sometimes in the rotation to always in the rotation to practically locking up a starting spot at small forward. He finished as Golden State's number 3 scorer, averaging 16.1 points per game while shooting 52.9% from the field, including 32.1% beyond the arc. Across 46 starts, he averaged 17.2 points, shooting 53.1% overall and 29.5% from deep. Though Kerr has not divulged his starting lineup for the season opener Wednesday in Portland, it would be shocking if Kuminga is not on the floor when the game begins. Kerr has been clear about what he wants to see from Kuminga to secure his starting role and become a fixture now and in years to come. "The other night he played the 3 and he played fast," Kerr said, referring to an October 15 preseason win over the Los Angeles Lakers. "As soon as there was a change in possession, he was sprinting. He has to do that. We can't be a half-court team and play lineup combinations that don't make sense in terms of spacing. But if we play fast, then a lot of that stuff is mitigated. And if we are tough defensively, then a lot of that stuff is mitigated."